What's up, Eagles Nation? What's going on, NFL world? How you doing, division rivals? This is Steven Hyder with Gate City Sports Show, the sports channel where the cerebral NFL fan comes for about 10 minutes of daily content. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whenever did you get around to finally watching this live, guys? Once again, Steven Hyder, Gate City Sports Channel. All right, so today's live, guys. This is going to be a really simple and easy live stream, I think, guys. The basis of this live stream will be, you guys know my nickname is Stat Sheet Steve. Ask me whatever statistic you would like to know, and I will do my best to locate that statistic for you. So this can go really deep into splits, guys. You can want to know certain things about yardage. You can want to know certain things about the down. You can want to know when we're winning, we're losing. I can do a lot to filter this stuff for you guys and give you the stat that you want. The only stat so far I have struggled to locate, and I'll be honest and forthcoming with you guys, so far I have not been able to find a stat that deals with pressure rates. Okay, I can give you the overall pressure rate stuff, but I can't necessarily give you like individual splits for it yet. I haven't been able to find that yet, but you know how it goes, guys. Where there's a will, there's a way. So give me some time. I'll try to do these weekly if I can. And as we kind of get on, I should be able to locate and find that. But I will admit to you guys, pressure rate was the one thing I really could not find. But I can give you sack information, turnover information, that kind of stuff. All right. So what's good, BMO Careful? What's going on, Kara? What's up, Jalen Williams? How you doing, man? What's up 23 days later? How's everybody doing? Oh, Jalen. All right. So Jalen's starting off real quick with, where is Carson most accurate on the field and where are most of his targets thrown? All right. So while I look this information up, Jalen, let's just talk about for a second, like, okay, why we would have certain doubts about like Carson Wentz's accuracy, right? I think if we looked at his actual like completed percentage passing right now, guys, I mean, the one thing that will show up and is going to be very, very obvious right from the start is the fact that he just hasn't been good this season, right? This is the lowest percentage rate we've seen from him, even surpassing basically what he did his rookie year, okay? So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to take you guys over to StatHead, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start a filter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to clear all my results, and I'll share the results for you guys as I finish it. But basically what I'm going to filter by to meet Jalen Williams' question, guys, is I'm going to go into Play Filter, and I'm going to look at essentially pass location. All right, so we got short left, short middle, short right, deep left, deep middle, deep right. And I'll do another filter. And let's start off by filtering this by completions, right? So let's go to completed passes. All right, so completed pass, we'll go with yes to begin with, okay? We're just going to filter by where he's completed it, by those results between deep left, deep, and we'll see how disorienting this is. If it's too disorienting, we'll filter it down further, okay? So I'm going to hit get results, and I will share the screen with you guys as soon as I get the results. And then we can take a look at, you know, where he's been, and we can then differentiate by, if you guys want to, we can look into the down, the distance, all that kind of stuff. I did make one mistake. Hang on, guys. I should have filtered this by the current year. You always want to filter by the current year, or else it'll get very disorienting. Like, it'll take forever to load it, basically. So current year. All right. What's good, guys? Shakir Blackman, what's going on, man? Murph, the Kenzo, what's good, guys? King Alchemist, what's up, man? All right, so here we go. I'm going to pull this up in 1 second, guys, as it's filtering through. All right, let me go down to individual results. All right, so we got passing, receiving. All right, so the first thing I'm going to show you, and I can already tell you right away, we're going to have to filter this because it's not really giving us what we want here. And this is, all right, let me pull it up and I'll show you guys. So I'm trying to get it centered to where it makes sense where you guys can see it. So hang on, I'm going to share my screen. All right. Share screen. Chrome tab. All right, guys, it's coming up on the screen now. Hopefully you guys can see it. If you guys can't see it, let me know. So here's the deal. If you come down here, Carson Wentz is just below Drew Brees, guys. You can see that he's had 178 completions on the year. All right. 1,883 yards, Obviously, where there's a completion, there's no interception, so let's not go by that. But let's go ahead and let's filter a little more. So, Jalen, if you could, since this was your question, Jalen, tell me what your suspicion is here. Where would you like to know? Would you like to know down the field, on the right side, the left side? Do you want to know underneath, left, right, middle? Like, where is it that you have? Where is it you have concerns that he's not completing passes? Because I can filter one by one and take a look at where he's made his most completions. That's fine. We can definitely do that while you kind of come up with where you want that to go. So basically, let's see, completed passes. All right, let's choose another play filter. And I'm going to do pass location. All right, so I'm going to do deep right since that's the furthest one down there. We'll take a look at how many from deep right. All right. So this is only completed passes, and then I'll filter it after completed passes, guys. I will filter it by just all attempts. All right, it's still loading, guys. All right, so let me find him for you. This is not a good start. Here he is, Carson Wentz. 11 completed passes on the year to the deep right, 2 of those being touchdowns. All right, yards per attempt on this one is 29 yards. All right, don't look at the QB rating. That stuff doesn't matter right now. 11 first downs, okay? It's right here is the stat line, guys. 11 completions, deep right. So let's just go ahead and let's filter this one more time and do either completed or not, because I think that gives you a better story. So I'm going to filter it again, guys. All right, let's go down and see what we got. All right, 11 of 25. So now when we filtered out by incompletions, we see that now that completion percentage is 44% on the season to the deep right corner of the end zone. 320 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Now his yards per average has gone down to 12.8, and that QB rating has gone down to an 84. Now there used to be an advanced stat you could look up. Hang on, can't remember who used to do it. It might be through Next Gen Stats. Let me see. You could look up QB ratings across the field. I'll see if I can't pull that up for you guys. And normally that would kind of give you a really good idea of like where, like, it breaks it up by like segments of like where everything is. Let me just go to Next Gen Stats and try to pull it up, because that might be the easiest way of doing it. Sometimes they don't have it up and ready for every player this early on, though. So that's the issue. Let me go to Next Gen Stats and I'll pull that up for you, Jalen, because I think that's what you're getting to, which is what part of the field is his best part of the field throwing to at this point. And then we'd have to go to QB ratings to kind of get a breakdown of that. So let me go to stats. Actually, I need to go to charts. Let me go to charts. I'm going to go to QB grid. All right, now I need to search for Carson Wentz. All right, guys. All right, so it's breaking it up by games. Let me see. Team all, season all, week all, season 2020. So here's the thing, Jalen. Currently on Next Gen Stats, it does not share that information for the season. Let me go to 2019. That one will probably be up and running. So let's go to 2019 and we'll take a look at 2019, because that'll give us some semblance of what you're talking about, Jalen. So let me share my screen with you again. Stop screen. Share screen. Share screen. Chrome tab. All right, guys, and I'll go over exactly how you find this stuff again. All right, guys, you see this top left corner? You see the green and all this stuff here? All right, I'm going to click it for you so you can bring it up in a bigger window. All right, y'all. We can see his highest rated passing is right over the middle, in between like line of scrimmage to 10 yards in. The next highest rated passing from 2019 was the deep left corner, 102.6. So hopefully everybody can see this. Now, just to go over exactly how you get this information, guys, this is a QB rating breakdown. This comes from the charts. You have to go to Next Gen Stats, okay? So all my content creators, if you guys are looking for information to pull for videos, Next Gen Stats is a good source for that. But you have to go to charts, guys. So don't filter by like by stats. You got to go to charts. Unfortunately for this year, guys, It's not going to help you. It's not going to tell you a whole lot because there's just not enough information to pull for Carson yet, so they haven't put it up yet. That's probably a bad thing, to be honest, guys, because I know that Patrick Mahomes and other quarterbacks do have up stuff. All right, so 23 days later. 23 days later is asking a question of Lamar Jackson's career stats against teams over 600. That's very, hang on. That's really particular. Let me take a look. So just real quick, man, let me get your 23 days later. What is your impression? So I'm assuming that you think that maybe he doesn't perform his best against winning football teams. Would that be what you're trying to get at here? All right, so I'm going to go against game type, regular season. We're not asking about playoffs. Let me go to game filter. All right, we have teams, opponents. Let me see what's underneath teams. See if I can't filter. Does all teams? Oh, then I'm not going to do specific teams. That would be too crazy. Opponent, game location, game result, game of the week, game number. Okay, that doesn't help us. So let's go down to. But it's not a filter by a play. All right, let me take a look, guys. I'm still looking. Score, ending field position, yards to go, time remaining, quarter. I might have to go up to a different stat line. Give me 1 second, guys. Let's go to football. Players, teams, streak finder, record finder. Let me try a record finder real quick, guys, and see if that works. Teams with a 3-0 record. Okay. Let me do some filters here. So I'm going to go back to, I'll just do it from 2019 because we have to get really specific to the week that he started. If we're going to do that, I'm going to go to Baltimore. Okay, and we're going to look at teams with, let's go with 2019 first. Hang on. Let me filter this by 2019, guys. And then we'll go to 2020 and take a look at teams with winning records because we got to divide that up by winning records. So 2019, they would need to have, I guess you're asking for at least 9 wins. So there you go, 9 wins. All right. Let me get results. Oh, wow. No results. Oh, no, it's because it started. No, hang on, guys. That was not the way we wanted to look at this. Hang on, let me go back up here again, guys. So this one's showing, so what it did basically, guys, is it was trying to look and find like times the Baltimore Ravens started 9-0. It's not really dividing by what you want 23 days later. NFL Combine results, comparison finder, streak finder, touchdown finder, game finder, season finder. Should be underneath record finder, I would think. All right, so seasons. Let's go 2019 again. Because that's a opponent statistic. That's what I'm trying to filter by, guys. I'm trying to find a filter to filter by that. No, this isn't right because this is not going to show us that. All right, I'm going to see if anyone else has a question. I'm going to come back to this one 23 days later because it's going to take too much time to dig that one up. I hear you, Jalen. Not if Jalen. Oh, okay, I got you. So while you guys are coming up with some more questions, just some stuff I found so far. So, I see Philly Fan D's got one. My bad, man. All right, guys. Philly Fan D, I'm going to pull yours up. When Carson fumbles, happens mostly on a blitz or straight rush. Good morning. Okay, so fumbles. That's a good question, Philly Fan D. Let's take a look. So I'm going to go to football. I'm going to go to players. Go to game finder. All right, so I'm going to go down to we got to really divide this up. So I'm going to go to I'm assuming you want throughout Carson's career, correct? So I'm going to go through 2016 and we're going to go to 2020. Hang on, let me share my screen so you can see exactly what I'm doing, guys. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting to share the screen. So we saw Jalen's question. Let me go ahead and share the screen again. Share screen, application window, Chrome tab. All right, guys, I'm going to share the screen so you can see what I'm doing as I'm doing it. All right, so I just basically set the seasons from 16 to 20, and I'm going to go down and look at the filters and see what I can't filter through. So you got leagues. Well, it'll be the NFL just given the time frame here. All right, career game number since 1970. We're not worried about that. Okay, quarterback starts. We're not looking for that. Choose a statistical filter. All right, let's see if they have fumbles lost, guys. Passes completed, passing attempts, passes incomplete, percentage, touchdowns, interceptions, passer rating, sacked, sacked yards lost. Let's see. Adjusted yards for passing, rushing touchdown targets, scoring, fantasy. We're not worried about fantasy, guys. Punt returns, sacks, tackles, interceptions, fumbles. Fumbles lost. All right. Let me make sure I get your question completely. When Carson Wentz fumbles happen mostly on a blitz or straight rush. So you want to know with pressure in his face, essentially. Okay. I don't know if that's going to work for the stat ratio, guys, but I'm just pulling up that stat ratio to see if that'll work. All right. So we also want to know position, age, etc. Choose a starter or reserve position. Endedness, age. No, we don't care about any of that. Okay, let's see. Game filters. Choose a game filter. Choose a status filter. So let's go back up here to statistical filter again. And we are looking for him being rushed. I don't know if it'll do that by that kind of comparison, man. Passer rating. Sacked. Sacked yards lost. Da, 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 da. Rushing attempts. Blah, 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 blah. Let's go down. Let me go all the way back down again, guys. To fumbles. Fumbles lost. Touches. All right. Oh, I saw one for quarterback hits. I'm sorry, guys. Let me. Sacks, total, assisted, tackles, combo. So that's going to, but that'll filter by defenses, guys. That's why I'm skipping over that one. All right, we have pass completions, passes incomplete, passing attempts, passes completed, passer rating, sacked, sacked yards lost. I'm going to see if sacked won't add it into that filter. I don't know why it's showing that, though. I don't really care for that. That might be. I'm going to remove that one. So I'm just going to stick with fumbles lost. I'm going to go down to player filter or game filters and take a look at that in status filters and just see if that would help us do this more. So you got game results. So I think we can answer that Lamar Jackson one now that we see game results. Game location, game month, game day of the week, game number, stadium, quarterback credited with, opponent and teams. No, we want more situational. We want more splits. See if we can't find more splits. Year, Hall of Fame, active. No, it doesn't give us that. So time, zone, game result, game location, game month, game day of the week, game number, stadium, quarterback credited with, opponent, teams. Let me see what quarterback credited with has underneath of it, guys. That's you come like comebacks, game-winning drives, all that kind of stuff, guys. We don't need to do that. So let's go back. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything on this. So we know fumbles lost. I just wish we had more of a split statistic here for this one. So I might have to go into more of a game split. So let's just filter this one real quick. Just take a look at fumbles lost. I mean, I think this is going to go from 16 to 20. So it'll give us Carson's career. All right, we can filter. Well, it won't matter here. But let's just go with week. No. Touchdowns. No. Fumbles. Fumbles lost. Let me take a look here, guys. I want to filter this more. So search for single games matching criteria. Search for cumulative season games matching criteria. Search for cumulative multi-season games matching criteria. I'm going to go with this here. Let me filter one more time, guys, because we don't want to search each and every game. We'd be here forever. Okay, so now let's take a look. Fumbles, fumbles lost. All right, so let's just look at total fumbles, and we can take a look at fumbles lost. Let's filter. Dak with 34. He's lost 18. This isn't even filtering, though, by... All right, let me take a look here, guys, because this does not look right. Because we all know that he's lost a lot of fumbles here. We see Zach Ertz. Okay, so let me try. So I'm going to show you a little trick. Just Control F. I'm going to search by Carson's name and just see where he pops up. Carlos Hyde, Chris Carson. Carson. He's not even popping up. Hang on. Something about this stat is not popping up, so hang on. Wentz didn't pop up there. All right, so we're going to have to keep filtering, guys. This is why I hate these type of things, because you have to be so specific to what you're looking for. I'm assuming this is looking more towards running backs. So I'm going to see if I can't filter by position. Show stat. Choose another statistical filter. That should definitely show us that, though. Choose a game filter. All right, so we got quarterback credited with, stadium, game number, week number, game location, game result. All right, let me come up here to a player filter. That's nothing. Statistical filter, passes intercepted, passer rating. You know, honestly, I'm not sure how I'm going to filter this one. I can give you totals and all that, but that's not what you're asking. You want to know more specific against the rush, which is the one thing I did tell you guys. It's hard to get pressure rates. I don't see how to do that one yet. I'm going to have to keep messing with it just because there's multiple levels to this, guys, just to show you when you come up to football. There are multiple levels to this that you can pick. So let's see if we can't scan this a little more. Drive finder, field goal finder, streak finder, game finder, season finder, game finder, comparison finder, streak finder, touchdown finder. I'm going to try comparison finder real quick, guys, and just see where that takes us. So it's only going to do different players then. I don't want to do that. I don't, unless we're going to compare players, it's not going to really help us. Streak finder. I thought it would give us like a full drive finder, play finder. All right, I'm going to go with play finder because we want a split. We're looking for games with like a split to actually filter from. All right, choose a play filter. So we want turnover type to be a fumble. Okay, let me see if we can't do more here. Choose another play filter to be pass location, rush direction, time remaining, down, yards to go, yards gained, ending field position. Let's see, play type, complete a pass, sack, no play. We can filter at least by sacks. So we can see sack strips basically. We're not going to really see the pressure rate, unfortunately, just because I don't know that you can filter by pressure yet, guys. I just think the definition and the variance of what they consider pressure, I think it's too far reaching. Hang on, I just made a mistake. I need to filter. Let's filter by Wentz's years that he's played. Crap. Because that's going to give us historical data. It'd be too many people to filter through, guys. So I'm going to go with 2016, since Wentz has been in the league, to 2020. I mean, we already know that when he faces pressure, he fumbles, but let's get the results. All right, guys, let's go back to results. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to read your questions as I kind of filter through some of this stuff. All right, we're going to go down. We're going to filter this. We're on defense. Defense, individual plays. We don't want individual plays. That's way too much of a filter. Come on, just give us players, guys. See, that's too much. They want us to go through each individual thing. It's just too much. So we want a sack and a fumble. So can we filter further? So I want to see. Hang on, let's come up here. Let's search player stats. I'm going to go for player stats because it's searching plays. It's just too much to search through all that. I saw the question about Darius Slay, guys. Give me a minute and I'll look that up. So I see team defense, team offense. We're not looking for team stats though. All right, I see defense. See, it's focusing more on defense for some reason, but let me filter down and just see what it does. Yeah, this is going more through defensive stats, guys. It's not really filtering by quarterback play. So let me see. There's got to be a way of filtering this a little better. I'm not filtering it good enough, I don't think. So if we can do that, then we'll do it. So let's go over here. So you got turnovers, turnover types, quarters, down, yards to gain, yards to go, play type, completed pass, sack, pass location. It's just not, yeah. Guys, it's not going to filter that correctly. Some of these I would have to have you guys give me these ahead of time to search them just because it's complex to search some of this stuff, guys. All right, so I know you guys wanted targets. Let me see if I can't filter by, like, I can give you total targets. Those are easy to find. You don't have to go through this level of thing here, but let me clear all. Let's go to, let me try Darius Slay and just see what pops up here. All right, cornerback. See if I can get him to pop up. All right, so we want, all right, now let's see what we can't filter by, guys. Some of this depends on the filter. Passes completed, passing attempts, passes incomplete. Rushing, receiving, scoring. All right, kick returns, punt returns, sacks, tackles. All right, guys, I'm sorry. I'm trying to look into these a little deeper to help you guys with some of these things, but some of these are not going to differentiate between quarterback. And so if I come up here, guys, and I go by attempts, it's going to be that, you know what I'm saying? That's going to filter by the quarterbacks. It's not going to filter by what you're looking for, which is passes defensed. So let's take a look at, let's filter by passes defense because I think that'll give a little better indication of what you're asking. So passes defended. I don't really care about that part of it. I think we really need to just go up by seasons and filter by the season. So let's filter by this season. And then we can try to filter by completion ratio, which will be a lot harder, guys. But I can definitely do it. Let's see what we can't do here. Seasons will be, let's just do current. All right, let's look at pass defense first. Let's see, guys. So you got touchdowns. So we're coming over here to the defensive side of things here. Passes defense. That's weird. I don't know why it's filtering by some of these players, guys. All right, sorry guys. Some of these are not filtering correctly like we want. I'm gonna have to have time to do some of these. So let's just keep this for the interest of time here, guys. Because what I'll have to do is I'll do a show where I'll let you guys submit questions where I have more time to look this up. Because some of these are a little too complex to look up on the spot, guys. I have to really filter through and see. So let's go by. Let's keep it to more the passing, receiving. Let's keep it to the offensive stats. I think those are just a little easier to get through. And I'll give you guys some of the stuff that I found on Carson, which comes to third down passing. Just some of the stuff I found on this guy. So, third downs. So I filtered third downs when I was looking at this originally by just the different statistical categories. So 11 plus yards, right? So third down and over 10 yards. He was 9 of 13, 69.2% completion percentage, 162 yards, 111.7 QB rating. Clearly his best numbers here. And 4 first downs. And he was tied number 3 overall on that in terms of first downs. The only people that were ahead of him in terms of first downs were Stafford and Mahomes on third and long, third and over 10 yards. When we went to third down, when I looked at third down in like 0 to 3 yards, right? These are the layups. These are supposed to be the easiest things to convert. He was 10 of 14, 71.4% completion rate, 73 yards, because you don't need that many yards there. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. That one was a little concerning. QB rating of a 77.4. He was the 7th highest rated passer on third down and long. He was the 32nd rated passer when it came to third down and really short, which was a little concerning here, guys. I believe he had all 10 of those were first downs. So it's kind of keeping it going. Third down, when you're looking at 4 through 6, 8 of 16, 50% completion rate, 92 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. All right, he had 6 first downs, an 88.5 QB rating. That was the 19th highest rated quarterback on, basically third and 4 through third and 6. Middle of the pack, really just kind of honestly, he's trending towards the bottom third there. Third down when you got 7 through 10. All right, so third and 7 through third and 10. All right, 16 of 30, 53% completion rate, 188 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interceptions. 10 first downs, 69.9 QB rating. I think, and you look at his total numbers on third down, guys, these are just the total numbers here. 43 of 73, 58.9%, 515 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He's been sacked 10 times. He's got 30 first downs, which basically works out to a 41% conversion rate just through passing. A QB rating of 82.8, which that puts him 22nd in the league. That's indicative of what his play's been this year. Wishy-washy, right? 22nd rated quarterback when you look at third downs in general, right? Does really good on third down and long, adequate on third down and really short. The intermediate stuff is very concerning. He just hasn't been good. It's pretty tough to look at some of this stuff, guys, and see these numbers coming out because there's a lot of dysfunction going on this football team right now. And when you really look at some of the deeper analytics, it really starts to pan out and you can see it very clearly. Infamous 2K, my bad, guys. Let me get to some of your questions and look at some of the comments. I don't have a stat question. I just want to ask you, do you think we should become a run-dominant team again? Because if Carson throws 5 big plays, he's going to have a higher percentage of success. Infamous 2K, that's tough to say, man. Situationally, you go by your opponent. You know what I'm saying? When you have a favorable matchup against an opponent, I do believe we should be more run dominant. And I don't think we always are. What's good, Jay Kills? He said, last week your frustration with Wentz seemed to finally match mine. Have you recovered, bro? Love the channel. Not exactly, Jay. Look, I believe in Carson Wentz's talent, guys. I think he's an incredibly, gifted quarterback. But his play this year has been really bad. And there's a lot of mitigating circumstances, guys. I get it. Still hasn't been good. completions this year we've had on third down, Styles Washington. All right, that one's very easy, and I'll show you how to pull that one up, Styles Washington. So the short answer to that is 43. 43 completions on third down. Hang on, I'll pull it up and share it real quick. Hang on, this one I have to kind of get into the right thing here when it comes to this. All right, let me go to my play finder. All right, so I'm going my play-by-play tools, guys. I'm going to search for player stats matching criteria. All right. So give me 1 second, guys. I'll share a screen with you, and we'll go over that. Share screen. So he's basically wants to know is like, what does third down look like, essentially? So I'll share the screen with you guys. So you don't really need game filter. You need the play filters here. So we want to look at the down and filter by third down. All right. And so you want to specifically go to completions. So let me see if I can't pull it up by just completions. Completed pass. So yes. Okay. Get results. And we'll take a look. I guess we can compare Carson to the rest of the league with that. Crap. I didn't filter enough, guys. I keep forgetting to filter the years. My bad. Let me hurry up and try to hit this over to current. Get results. If you filter by like 1994 or up to like 1960, you'll get the results, guys, but it'll take forever to get them. So you can see here, it's dividing up by third down. You can see throughout the league, third and 3 or less is 20% of plays. Third and 4 through 6 is about 28% of plays. Third and 7 through 10 is about 32% of plays, and greater than 10 yards accounts for about 21% of plays. Now we want to filter by completions. I'm going to go past the teams and go right into the players because I know you guys are looking for more players. So right here, guys. All right, so we're just looking at who completed the most balls, basically. So Ben Roethlisberger is number 1 in the league with 55 completions on third down. Brady is second with 52. Rodgers is third with 51. You got Breeze tied with him. You got Burrow in there. Daniel Jones in there. Bridgewater. You got Patrick Mahomes. I almost called him Peyton Manning, guys. So if you're going to go down, you got Carson here at 43. I mean, it depends on how you want to look at the perspective. The way I would do it is 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. So I would say 9, 10. I'd say he's tied 11th, basically, with Derek Carr, is the way I would look at that for completions on third down. But that doesn't really give you the full, aspect to it. So let's do either if it's completed or not and just see total 10. We can look at like his actual like completion rate, which is probably not going to be that favorable, guys. So now we're going to go back through. We'll go down. We'll take a look at completion rate. All right. Carson Wentz is 43 of 73. I'm going to filter by the completion percentage. Guys, not like anyone with 100%. I will say this. Kyle Allen hasn't played that much, but he's been really good on third down. There's a lot of supporting evidence of how well he's playing. Washington's a legit threat, guys. All right, we're going to go down and find him by completion percentage. You can see that changed it drastically. But let's take a look at where he's at. Carson is right here, 43-73, which is 58.9. So let me go back up and I'll count it down. I would say a minimum attempts, at least 20 attempts. I'm not going to count you because I think it's ridiculous to count somebody that doesn't have that at least 20 attempts. So Kyle Allen just barely slips in. We'll give him 1. Drew Brees is number 2. Teddy is number 3. Roethlisberger is number 4. Gardner Minshew is number 5. Derek Carr, I would say number 6. 7 would be Matt Ryan. 8 is Patrick Mahomes. 9 is Burrow. 10 is Cousins. Cam Newton tied for 10. So we'll say 12 now is Daniel Jones. 13, Nick Mullins. 14 will be Aaron Rodgers. 15 would be Justin Herbert. 16 would be Matthew Stafford. 17 would be Phillip Rivers. 18 would be Lamar Jackson. 19 would be Brady. 20 would be Deshaun Watson. 21 would be Goff. 22 would be Josh Allen. 23 would be Carson Wentz. So completion percentage on what he's hitting there. If you guys want to see QB rating real quick, I'll do it by their rating on third down. So QB rating on third down: Mahomes number 1, Rodgers number 2, Minshew number 3, Herbert number 4. That's kind of surprising. Herbert's been playing really good, man. Ben number 5, Breeze is number 6, Allen number 7, Carr number 8. Guys, I'm not even looking at it, so let me slow down a little bit. Brady number 9, Lamar number 10 in terms of the rating. Ryan number 11, 12 is Allen, 13 is Mullins, 14 is Bridgewater, 15 is Stafford, 16 is Watson, 17 is Daniel Jones, 18 is Tannehill, 19 is Burrow, Goff is number 20, 21 is Cousins, 22 is Carson Wentz in terms of the QB rating. Now, if you guys want to, I can filter that by the distance. So if you guys want to know where the QB rating will differ when you're looking at distance, so like third and 0 through 3 versus third and 4 through 6 versus 7 through 10 versus 11 plus, that you can filter by and you can see that. I'll ask you guys, do some of these numbers like mess with y'all's head a little bit about what you're thinking about the season so far? It's hard to put some of this stuff into context, guys. You know what I mean? Just because like it's hard to consider mitigating circumstances when you're just looking at raw data like this. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? All right, let me go down a little bit, guys. I'm trying to pull up some of the questions, guys. So flip top, hip hop. My bad, man. I don't know why I struggle with that. So Carson will throw less picks second half because his young receivers will adjust and fight harder. It's more of a statement. At first, I thought you meant like the second half of games, like the second half, like third and fourth quarter. And I realized what you were saying. You're talking about the second half of the season. What's good, Jamal Cook? How you doing, buddy? You think 2017 wins? So hang on. You think 2017 Wentz would be the MVP, would be in the MVP race with Mahomes and Wilson? And also, do you think 2017 will be his best year ever? In the race, infamous, yes. Would he win the race? That's a different story. I don't know. Hard to say, man. You know what I mean? Different year. Hard to really say. What's up, one and only? He said, how well has the O-line played through the first 8 games? And is it Doug Peterson's play calling or Wentz playing hero ball for the reason for the Eagles' struggles? Yes. Yes on both accounts. Yeah, it's both. I think the one thing that as you filter through these stats, guys, and when we do this again, guys, I want to do this a little different the second time. So next week when we do this, I will put this up in my community post for you guys to ask me questions. So that way I can pull your questions ahead of time, have the information, and show you how I got it. Because it'll give me more time to research it. It's just hard to research it on the spot unless it's very specific to receiving and passing, stuff like that, which is a much easier task to go look that information up. But I think it's both, man. Doug has been really bad at scheming guys open, meaning he's really depending on his receivers to win 90% of plays, and I don't think that's a good thing. Carson has not played naturally to the offense. He is really trying to take it on his own to create. And I think that's hurting us, to be quite honest. All right, guys. Since I have this up, let's take a look at some other stats. I'll let you guys kind of work some stuff in here. How about you want to look at some receivers, guys? We can look at some receiver stuff if y'all want to. I can do that. So let me clear all. And then I'll look at some receiving stats for you guys. So you guys want to look at something really specific like third down receptions? We can do that. So let's choose a play filter. Let's go with down. Take all that stuff away. So we're looking at third down. I shouldn't really need to filter it more than this, but let's just see if they have anything really specific to receiving on this. Time remaining. We could look at time remaining, but I don't think that's going to matter. Not for receiving per se. Play type. Complete a pass. Sack. Quarterback kneel. No play. First down. Turnover. rushing, pass, location. Okay, so let's just filter this by third down, and we can then filter by receptions. Once we get all this information there, so we can see who has the most third down receptions in the league. If I did, oh crap, hang on. I'm the world's worst at making sure I hit the current button. All right, filter it by current, guys. I love, the old school guys like Jerry Rice and all those guys, but I'm not trying to compare today's game to them. There's just a lot that I feel like that's deceptive when people do that. The game is a lot different. All right, we're gonna go with players. We're gonna go to receiving, and let's look at targets first. Let's just take a look at targets and just see where people are in terms of targets. So the most targets on third down has been Devontae Adams, guys. Cooper Kupp is tied with them. Keenan Allen, I spoke too soon, and Travis Kelce share for targets. So you got CeeDee Lamb, Stephon Diggs, Anthony Miller, Juju Smith-Schuster, Russell Gage, AJ Green, DK Metcalf, Greg Ward. You got Greg Ward up there, man. Third down specialist. Allen Robinson, DeAndre Hopkins, Curtis Samuel, Darren Waller, Danny Amendola, DJ Moore, Jamison Crowder, and Calvin Ridley. Let's filter down a little further. Tyler Boyd, Jarvis Landry, Logan Thomas, sorry guys, Hunter Henry, Traquan Smith, Alvin Kamara, running back in there, Jerry Jeudy, one of the rookies, Evan Ingram, Mike Evans, Tim Patrick, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Terry McLaurin, Marquise Brown, it's Hollywood Brown, guys, Adam Thielen, Deontay Johnson, Steelers again, J.D. McKissick, Jerick McKinnon, Mike Williams, Darius Slayton, Travis Fulgham, 13. Adam Humphries, Dontrell Inman, Zach Ertz, Golden Tate. Kind of see the transformation of the offense, right? I mean, Zach Ertz was up there on third down targets. He's been out for a little while. Now you see Fulgham rising. I always kind of knew Greg Ward Jr. would be pretty high on this list. He's a little higher than I thought, though, guys, to be honest. If you guys want to take a look at catch rate, we can take a look at catch rate on third down. You see who's catching the most, percentage of balls being thrown their way. We'll filter out some of this stuff, guys. So, 6 is a decent number, but let's go by at least 10. I just feel like that's some of these guys are benefiting from not having that many passes thrown to them on third down. All right, so we got Curtis Samuel, 17 attempts, 16 catches, 94% catch rate. Golden Tate, 12 and 11. Chase Claypool, 11 and 10. It's not going to come to Chase Claypool fans that wanted us to draft him right there. Larry Fitzgerald, 11 and 10. Anthony Fersker, 10 and 9. Ayuk, he was a little under what we were looking at. Tyler Boyd, 16 and 14. 87% catch rate on third down. Laviska Shenault, 12 and 10. That one's not surprising to me. Very physical. Run after the catch player. I thought he would be good on third downs. Calvin Ridley, 13 of 16, 81% catch rate. Alvin Kamara, 12 of 15, 80% catch rate. Brandon Cooks, 8 of 10, 80%. Sorry, guys, I'm going to filter out some of these guys that don't have that many. So let's go here. Keenan Allen, 23 of 18, or 18 of 23, 78%. Greg Ward, 14 of 18, 77%. Greg Ward's been really good on third down, guys. 15 of 20 for Juju Smith-Schuster at 75%. 9 of 12 for Mark Andrews on third down. 9 of 12, Noah Fant, 9 of 12. Let's go down a little further. I already got another stat in mind I want to look at for here. I want to see first downs, see how they're converting on third down. 17 of 23 for Devontae Adams, which is a 73.9%, 74% basically. 11 of 15 for Traquan Smith. George Kittle's up there. CeeDee Lamb, 15 of 21. Deontay Johnson is 10 of 14. Tim Patrick's 10 of 14. 12 of 17 for Darren Waller. Travis Fulgham's 9 of 13 at 69.2. I want to see the conversion, though, for first downs on third down. I think that's the better, outlier here for this. See first down. So right here, guys. So, who leads the league on third down conversions in the first downs? Keenan Allen, 15. He's tied with Devontae Adams. Then you got Curtis Samuel at 12, Tyler Boyd, Juju Smith-Schuster, Calvin Ridley, CeeDee Lamb, Travis Kelce, Cooper Kupp. Greg Ward's up there with 10. That's pretty good for Greg Ward. That's a good number, actually. Yeah, seeing how he only has 14 on his converted 10 of them first down. It's a pretty good number, guys. Let's take a look at Travis Fulgham. Oh, yeah, he's up here. So 9 receptions on third down, resulted in 8 first downs. It's pretty good. You guys see Ertz again? I haven't seen Ertz since we did that first filter for him. So let me see. Control F. Ertz. So Ertz had a lot of targets, if you guys remember. So, no, not Roberts. Another Roberts. And he just disappeared off. Really? All right, I don't think I filtered down far enough. I think that's why he disappeared off. All right, let's filter more. Yeah, I'm a little surprised at how much some of these guys have kind of come off here. I want to see Zach Ertz's numbers on this. I'm a little shocked he's not popping up when we filter by the actual first down markers. Because that's a little concerning, man. How you just disappear off the earth here. Let's try Zach. Nothing. Really? How far down is he? There he is. I see him now. Hold up. 5 first downs, guys. Hang on, he's right here. So, 7 receptions, 13 targets, 53% catch rates. Kind of explains his numbers on the year, really. 5 of those 7 going for first downs. Travis Fulgham and Greg Ward Jr. have turned into really good third down targets, guys. All right, let me go back to the chat a little bit, guys. I'm sorry. That's run pass ratio under center was in 1 score. Deshaunte Dupree will have a chance, but we're gonna have to beat the Giants. What's up, Ewing 609? Infamous 2K says, what do you think Travis Fulgham projections for the end of the year will be? Does he break 1,000-yard mark? I think so. You know, I'm going to say something I was going to make a video on. I'll probably still make a video on it, but I'll say it again just to, keep it out there. I honestly think that Alshon Jeffrey coming back is not going to hurt Travis Fulgham. I think what it's going to do is allow the Eagles to move Fulgham wherever they want to move him and get matchups. It may be something that works out in our favor, actually. Because it's going to be really hard to key on Fulgham if you got guys in the lineup like Rager, if you got guys in the lineup like Ward Jr., if you got guys in the lineup like Alshon Jeffrey. It's going to make defenses, it's going to make it harder for them to just key in only on Fulgham. What's up, Cowboys X Factor, man? He said, hey, Gate City. This is not a stat, but a question. Do you think NFC Least will have a team win the division with the least amount of victories in NFL history at 6? Possibly, but I don't think so, Cowboys X Factor. I think that the division winner will have between 7 to 9 wins. That would be my stat prediction for that. For wins, it'd be 7 to 9. I think 7, 8, and 1 if you're the Eagles wins it. I think 8, 7, and 1 wins it. And I think 9, 6, and 1 clearly would win it. If you are the Redskins, I think, well, they're not the Redskins, sorry. If you're the Washington football team, I think 7 wins get you in the conversation. I think 7 and 9 would get them in the conversation of winning. Sorry, guys, I'm filtering through some of your questions here. One score. Good question, Jalen. Let me see if I can't pull that one up on the stat thing. So what Jalen really wants to know is he wants to filter by like game kind of like situation. So let me take a look at my game filters. So it's not that one. Let me go down to, it's not, shouldn't really be play filter, but I'm going to take a look at it. So we're going to go with score. No, that's not, I don't want that. No, that didn't do anything. Hang on. It's not score, scoring margin. Sorry. So we're going to go between 1 and 7. Okay. Let me choose another filter, Jalen. Play type. Well, hang on. Let's filter it first by total plays, and then we'll see total plays first between 7 points, and we can distinguish between pass and run. Okay. So let's get the results here. Hopefully I just kept it at 2020. I think I did. All right, guys. So what we're looking for. Oh, hang on. I kept it at third down. Hang on, Jalen. This is going to be distorted because we don't care about the down. At least not yet. We can do that one in a minute. All right. So let's get the results again. All right, guys. So Jalen's question, I'm going to pull it up for everybody to see because this is a pretty good one. I don't know the answer to this one off the top of my head. Run pass ratio under center within 1 score. So let's take a look, man. Whew. Pass and run right over here. Play type. If you guys go to play type, you can see pass, you can see rush. We're talking about trailing by 7 points. Hang on, Jalen, did you ask? Within 1 score. Okay, so we didn't differentiate by quarter yet. Let me make sure I did not filter by quarter, or else that's going to distort the results. Yeah, I didn't do by quarter. Okay, so we're good. All right. Run and pass. We are going to see. Sorry, guys, I'm still going down. All right. So we got 68-43. We can see this is heavy pass, Jalen, to answer your question. All right, 68-43. Let me add those together, man. All right. That equals 111 total plays run. So 68 divided by 111. 61-39 is the ratio, man. 61%, 61% pass to 39% run. So almost what our statistical average is, which is almost a 60-40 mix. So it doesn't really differentiate by the score too much. It looks like we're still stay pretty true to what the offense is. Now, it'd be interesting, Jalen, if you want to see that by actual quarter. So if you're in the fourth quarter and you're trailing by 7 points, what do we fall into? I think that would be pretty interesting, man. Facts Over Fiction says, why does Carson's turnovers mostly come on first and second down? Pressing. I mean, how else can you explain it, Facts? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's pressing the issues. He's pressing the situation. He's playing hero ball. I mean, I don't see how else you would explain it legitimately. You know what I mean? Play type, Maniac Matt, is what you're talking about. I don't know offhand, man. I don't know offhand. So he's saying, is there a stat that shows how many slants we throw on short down and distance? I feel like we never throw slants. That's really advanced scouting. Let me take a look, Maniac Matt. I'm not sure. That one's really difficult because you have to go by play type. And I don't know if they're going to differentiate by like the route the receiver runs. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's really specific. So let me see. You got time remaining, down, yards to gain, yards gained, starting field position. All right, play type. Yeah, nah. So it'll do by like pass, run, all that kind of stuff, but it's not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not gonna do that. That one we'd have to go through a game. I need the licensing from the NFL guys. Now, if you really want to know that, Matt, I can look it up this week and we can do the statistical show again next week and I can pull it up. I won't be able to do the season. There's just not enough time in like 2 or 3 days for me to do that. But I could do a particular game and I can go over that. But I would need a lot more time to run through the entire year and show you that. Also, we'd have to differentiate, Matt, by the route being run but not targeted. That's the other issue there. You know what I mean? The same screens every game, Omar. I hear you, man. Ooh, or when losing. Or when losing. Let's take a look, Jalen. So, I don't know if I can. Let me see if I can't distinguish between that. Because I think the way their filters works here. I think the way the filters works here, man, is you have to be. I think it does by just the point differential, so it doesn't really account for who it is. Sorry, guys, I just got a message saying that I need to set my fantasy lineup here. All right, let me see. Real quick. So I don't think it lets you filter by when losing, but I'll take a look. I can look at the results. If it was a win, if it was a loss, I might have to go into a little deeper study to see how I can differentiate it between some things. Yeah, let me move. Oh, Jesus, I have a zero line. That'll have to work, man. Let me see. 2-point conversion, extra point, onside kick, rush kick. That's play types. Let me reset that. Reset it. And then let me go back into. I wonder if I can do it by game filter. Let me see game filter. So teams, opponent, game location, game result, but that's only win, loss, or tie. Day of the week, game number, week number. So that won't work. I could look at play filter, but I don't think it's going to come up in play filter, Jalen. So scoring margin, score type. Let's see. Well, no, because that would just distinguish if they want it. Turnover type, score. So score. Oh no, it's just did they score? That's very like matter of fact there. First down, quarterback kneel, sack, yards to go, down, time remaining. Yeah, I can't do it by if they're losing. I think I have to go into a different filter for that, Jalen. To be honest, I don't think I can just do it by the gameplay finder. I think let me see. Because what we want to know is run to pass ratio when the score's within 7 points, but we're losing the game. So let's see. Game finder, streak finder, record finder, streak finder, game finder. Yeah, no, it won't. Yeah, I don't think it's going to distinguish by that. Now I can differentiate it by the quarter. If you want to look at quarters, I can differentiate by the quarters. I can differentiate by the down and distance. I can do all that. Yeah, Jim Schwartz, it is. It's $8 a month if you just want football. It's $16 a month if you want to look at all across sports. Deshante Dupree, what's up, man? He says, I like how Doug uses Hurts. He's going to have to start passing more because these run plays are getting sniffed out. Defenses know he is going to try and run the ball. Carson will catch a pass. Laugh out loud. I hear you, Deshante. Ooh. What is a realistic role for Alshon when he returns? Abdel, how healthy is he? That's going to be the thing. He should be healthy. I mean, this is a lot of time that's eclipsed. I think the role, like he should not be taking snaps from Fulgham because I think Fulgham has emerged as the best receiver on this football team. I think that he needs to be used in conjunction with 3 other guys. It needs to be Fulgham is the leader of that group. Rager is the explosive player along with Fulgham in that group. So Rager is your Z and your fast slot when you need a fast slot. Greg Ward Jr. is a third down target and a guy that can help you. You know, he can get you 4 or 5 yards on a first or second down to kind of make more manageable down and distances. And then you got Alshon there to provide another big catch radius guy. So you can use Alshon as a big slot. Guys forget that Alshon Jeffrey, when he first came in the league, he was a flanker. He actually played with Brandon Marshall in Chicago, and Brandon Marshall was the boundary side receiver, the X, and Alshon was the Z. He was the flanker. So Alshon can play all across the lineup, but I would rather have Fulgham play that role. I'd rather play Where's Waldo with Fulgham than Alshon. You get what I'm saying? Like Alshon is like a tall slot with Fulgham as the X. With Rager as a Z, I'm fine with. I don't know. I want Alshon taking too many snaps as a flanker, but I would love to play Where's Waldo when it comes to Fulgham. I would rather have defenses try to find Fulgham on the field more than anybody. I think Fulgham has emerged as a player worth that respect. Just Carlton, I just saw your question, man. Give me 1 second, man. We need more slants. We need more slants and safety valves, or just a new offensive coordinator. Is Miles coming back for the Giants game? Deshante, that's what it looks like. Huh. What I was trying to get at was we go under center when it's isn't a running situation. It's most likely a play action fake with max protection, leaving a lot more cover on the field than options. Got you. So you're talking about like when we fall into a max protect situation, like when we're using play action. You know, Jalen, I'll have to play around with this site more to see if I can differentiate play because there's a lot of filters to use here. I'd have to see like play action when it occurs between down distances. I'd have to play around with that. But let me play around with it this week, and when we do the show next week, man, I'll do that. I think one thing we can filter by real quick, Jalen, I can filter by down and distance to see when it's happening. So, like we know it's 111 plays total, but let's take a look at first down. It wouldn't fall in that category, but let's look at second through fourth down. Let's look at pass or rush situations. And I want to distinguish by the distance, guys. So we're going to go distance. So scores between 1 to 7. Let's see yards left. So yards to go. Let's start with 0 to 3. It's really 1 to 3, but all right. We know there was 111 on the season total plays, so we'll see how that shapes things in terms of like what's going on here. So 1,081 total plays on the year, not for the Eagles, but just for the NFL in general. So right here's Philly, highlight it. Whew. Sacked once. 11 total plays this accounted for. 13. I can't count, guys. 13 total plays. 13 total plays. Now look at the ratio now, Jalen. Now the ratio is, if we're in 3 yards, 7 rushes to 6 passes, okay? 1 sack, 1 fumble. I don't know if that was a lost fumble. I have to look that one up. Turnover, 7.7. So 13 plays, 2.3 to go on average. So I'm guessing the yards gained on that is 2.6 on average. So I'm assuming this is first down percentage. Yeah. So this is all right, either a touchdown or a first down. So converting 61.5%. Here's my thought process, Jalen. Where does that rank in the league? We see Atlanta's 91%. So you don't want Atlanta in short down and distance. They're going to convert. All right, conversions on the year for that. Miami's 100%. Washington really has no plays at that down. That's weird. That's interesting, guys, for an advanced analytic here. 1 play on the year. Atlanta at 90%. Third and short. Look at the Rams, 29. They do really good at getting themselves in third and a short. Like second and third and shorts, basically. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17th. Conversion rate, 17th in the league. Let's see rush rate. Here's the problem with some of this, though, is like how many plays were run. You know what I mean? So what you got here is 16. Let's see what the Eagles ranked right here, tied with Pittsburgh with 7. Let's just count teams ahead of us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 teams ahead of us. 12, 13, 14 teams, sorry. 14, and then we tied with Arizona. So there's 14 teams ahead of us in terms of the amount of times they ran the ball. But that doesn't really tell the ratio between run and pass. So let's see total plays here between these guys, and we can see like total plays like 29. So what is the Eagles play rate? So we got 7 out of 13. So 7 divided by 13. 54%, 53.8%, so 54% run ratio there. So let's just compare it to some of these guys that are way up top here. So 29 plays on the season for the Rams. They ran out of it 16 times. 55%. So we seem to be on par with some of these guys. So the only difference is like, look at Minnesota, guys. 14 rushes on 15 plays. They run the ball on 3rd and short. Look at the Chargers. 18 plays, 14 rushes. They run the ball on 3rd and short. Seattle, 13 on 28. Now that's a little different. I'm pretty sure they'll be below us. So 13 on 28. 46%. Seattle's definitely a little more pass happy there. But look at Buffalo, 13 out of 15. San Francisco, 11 out of 16. New Orleans, 11 out of 12. There are some teams that get in 3rd and short. It's a run. 11 out of 15 from the Raiders. Look at Indianapolis, 10 out of 16. Carolina, 9 out of 12. The G-Men, 9 out of 13. Just a little ahead of us there. It's interesting, guys. Interesting play rates here. I think one thing we can say for sure is the total number of plays we've got in this yard and down and distance isn't good. Well, man, I may have spoken a little too soon here. So look at the Rams are number 1. Seattle's number 2. Chargers are number 3. Cincinnati's 4. San Fran, Indiana tied at 5. So that would bring us to 7 would be Minnesota. So 9 and the Raiders, 9. So 10 would be the Giants tied with us. So we'd be like 10th. Basically 9 other teams ahead of us, essentially. I don't know, guys. I mean, there's a part of me that was about to say like that would be a pretty good indicator that maybe we don't do a good enough job of getting into 3rd and shorts, but I mean, we are ahead of the league in 3rd and shorts. So, I mean, that would be interesting to see. We can look at the mid downs, but I would suspect we don't run too much, Jalen, when we get to the mid downs. But I'll take a look anyways and just see through 4 through 6. How often do we run like that? So 2nd, 3rd, and 4th down, yards to go. So we'll say 4 to 6. We'll see where that takes us. All right. So let's see. Philly. All right, we're down in the 2nd tier. All right, 5 rushes, 8 passes. Better balance than I thought, guys. 13 total plays. I wouldn't have thought that on 3rd down and 4 through 6th. Huh. Not the differentiation I would have thought. We'll take a look at the longer distances. So 7 through 10. The 11-yard marker might be a little hard, guys, because you could be giving up on the play. That's the issue I have. All right, so rushes, let's see. All right, we're going from 7 to 10. The Eagles, 11 rushes, 22 passes, 33 total plays. This is what scares me, guys. Let's take a look. I want to see how many plays. Where do we come in here at plays? Philly, this is frustrating, guys. We are the 2nd highest rate of teams running 3rd down plays between 7 and 10 yards. That's not a good thing to have. means we're not doing a good job on first and second. Well, you know what? No, that's deceiving, guys, because that includes second and fourth down. Let me filter that because that wouldn't be right. I was made a big mistake there. Hang on. Let me filter that and let's see there because that includes second down. So if you got 3 yards on first down, like you know what I mean. All right, Philly, 10 plays on the season, no runs on third down, no runs at all on third down between 7 and 10. Let's see where we are in terms of we're better off than I thought. No, see, look, still kind of stands true. We're tied for number one in the league in terms of having third down and 7 through 10 yards. I think that could be a legitimate argument to really get back to running the ball a little more, to set ourselves up for better, better outlooks on third down. So let me filter that again, guys, one more time. Let's filter that only by third down. Let's look at third down and short. How good are we at getting ourselves into third and short? So 0 to 3 yards. All right, guys. Philly, 7 total plays, 4 rushes, 3 passes. So we're a little more run oriented when we get down to third and short. A lot of quarterback sneaks, I would imagine, in that stat line. Total plays on the year. This is what's frustrating about Philadelphia, guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams ahead of us. So we're top 10. To be fair, we're top 10. We're very good at setting ourselves up for third and short. And we're very good for setting ourselves up for third and long. Does that describe our season pretty well, guys and girls? I don't know, guys. I don't know, y'all. What's good, showing off? How you doing, man? Jason, what's good, man? You got locked out of your account? All right, man, I got you. I'll get you a wrench later. Guys, it's StatHead. It's run through Pro Football Reference. It's not that expensive, but it is a little. It takes some time to filter it. I only had like maybe an hour of filtering this thing before I came on today. Jalen, I got a feeling this is going to be a popular comment, sir. Jalen said, proves we still need Jordan Howard to be a contact bounce back. Yes, I agree. I agree. Philly fan D, this will probably be a popular take too. He said, to me, I don't think we have the players to run the ball, especially with Sanders out. Ridiculous not giving Holyfield a shot. Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. I really think a lot of us feel we need a contact bounce back. I I know the stats say we're top 10 in getting ourselves into third and short, but we're also number 1 in the league at getting ourselves in third and long. I don't know what that says, guys. To me, I kind of agree with Jalen and Philly fan D's take, which that would probably lead us to believe that maybe we're just not very good at running the ball and staying consistent with running the ball. I mean, we'll see. There's so much that goes into this stuff, guys, like accounting for all the things that could skew a statistic. You know what I mean? It's really difficult. Oof. Dewan Shepard, what's good, man? Let me put this one up here since you gave this kind of effort, man. He said, what up, Gate City? Watching this at almost 3 in the morning. You are devoted, sir. I appreciate you, man. You're also an early riser or a late going to bed person. I don't know. Funny, Jason. I caught that. A huge part of 2017 was LeGarrette Blunt. I'm being careful so don't demonetize me here, guys. That big power back helps you close games. Exactly. All right, Isaiah Smith, what's good, buddy? There's contradictory facts that prove that we can run the ball well. What are your assumptions? What are your assumptions? Because I mean, we can look at them. We can try to pull them up in the time frame we have left here, guys, and see. But I don't know, man. Like I think Miles Sanders does really well. I think we've gotten better, and I think as the offensive line gets healthy, we'll be a lot better running team. But I do think that we've been really inconsistent this year in both the effort and execution. I mean, I could try to filter Isaiah more so by running downs and just see what we can find out here. So, play type, rush. All right. I'm going to take away the scoring margin stuff. Hang on. Let me clear all this and let's just go with rushing statistics and take a look here. So, the first thing I'm going to do, guys, is make sure I go to the current year. All right. Now let's take a look at play filters. Play type. We just want rushing information, I think, for now. All right, see what we can get, guys. I'm just going to try to see what we look like on rushing. We see what we can differentiate here, guys. We can go into more deeper analytics in terms of down, distance, all that kind of stuff here in a second. So team offense. Let's just take a look at the plays, guys. I think accounting for the play amounts is a good place to start. So we can see the commitment to the run, right? Because it's one thing to say we're not committed to the run, but, to show it in numbers. Because without the numbers, then you're just saying stuff. You know what I mean? So the Rams are number one. That's surprising to me. San Fran, number two. I'm watching the games. I know they would be high, but if you asked me preseason, I would have thought they would have been a little more pass happy. Cleveland's 3, Chargers are 4, Baltimore's 5, Atlanta 6, Green Bay 7, New England's 8, Kansas City's 9, Cincinnati's 10, Arizona's 11, Tennessee 12, the Raiders 13, Dallas 14, Buffalo 15, Tampa Bay 16, Indianapolis 17, Minnesota 18, Carolina 19, Pittsburgh 20, New Orleans 21, I believe. The Jets 22, Eagles 23. So we're at the very bottom of the second tier into that third tier, beginning the top of the third tier in terms of rushing attempts. But to be fair, it's not like we're chasing the Saints or the Jets by that many rushing attempts. So let's do some filters here. I guess we can look at like first down percentages. So percentage of plays that result in a first down or a touchdown. Because that could be, okay. To go to Isaiah Smith's point, 193 attempts. So we're 23rd in the attempts. But look at the success rate, guys. It's top 10. Arizona 1, Minnesota 2, Buffalo 3, Seattle 4, the Rams 5, New England 6, Dallas 7, Philly 8. Clearly, we've been very, very good at when we run it. But I do want to show something else. And I think strip sacks might be playing a role in this, possibly. So turnover percentage. Dallas 1, Giants 2, Buffalo 3, Philly tied for 3. Third. Wishy-washy, right? We can do yards per attempt. So average yards gained per play. Baltimore 1, Arizona 2, New England 3, Cleveland 4, Tennessee 5, 6, 7. Philly is 8th. So, yeah, I get your point, Isaiah Williams. It's a little wishy-washy, huh? We're kind of like in and out of it. So, average yards to go per play. So, when do we run the ball? Okay, Cleveland, Denver, Cleveland, Green Bay, Philly, 8.1. If I'm to understand this stat right, guys, and I want to be fully transparent, I haven't put a lot of time and effort into this. So, this is just off the cuff. I think that this would be an indication of how early in the down and distance you're running. So, this would tell us we do a lot of first down running. But we can check that. We can check right now if I'm full of crap. It's really easy to check it. We just filter by the down. So we'll take a look at the rush. Let's see. Let's go by down. How often are we running the ball on first down? I'm going to add play type in as pass 2. So that way we get a better percentage here. and we can look at how successful we are when we run on first down. I would say we're pretty successful judging from the numbers we just saw there. All right, guys. So team offense, play type between the pass and rush, and then we have total plays. Okay. So let's filter by total plays on the season. 1 for Dallas, 2 for San Fran, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Top 10 in terms of total plays. So let's take a look at pass to run on first down. 133 passes to 105 rushes. That ratio is interesting. Let's look at the top 10. Let's look at the pass to run ratio because I think that'll tell us a lot. So we got Kansas City is 10. So they have, on the year, they've run 234 plays. So 234, right? So let's see, how many runs do they have here, guys? 119 runs. Kansas City runs the ball on first down, guys. That's for sure. So divide that by 234, I believe, guys. Yes, I did that correctly. They are a 51% run on first down team. Let's look at Tampa Bay. That'll give us this, a breakdown on how committed we are early downs at least. 130 to 105. So once again, you got Tampa Bay very much committed to running the ball. So 235 divided by. Oh, wait a minute. I did that wrong. Backwards. Sorry, guys. 130 divided by 235. Sorry. 130 divided by 235. 55% run for Tampa Bay. Very much dedicated to early downs. We're 105 to 238. Let's take a look at that. 44%. So, we're 60-40 generally, but we see we go a little heavier on first down with the runs. So 101 to 239 for Buffalo. So 101. I'm a little shocked that Buffalo's not a little heavier run, just judging for what we knew about them last year. You can see they're changing their offense a little bit. 42, so they're below Philly. So then we got the Rams, 136 to 250. .54% run. 112 to 254 for Cincinnati. It's 44. They're right there with the Eagles, pretty much. Atlanta's 122 to 255. .48%. So they're, almost 50-50. 139 for San Francisco to their 260 on the year. So 139 divided by 260, guys, gives you a run ratio of 53.4%. And then Dallas is 117 to 272. They're going to be below Philly, I think, in terms of the ratio. To 272. 43%. Yeah, they're below Philly. So in terms of the top 10, the only teams the Eagles are technically ahead of are Buffalo, I believe, and Dallas. And then we're pretty much tied with Cincinnati. But, we can look at like yards per attempt on this. We're going to have to filter out the pass plays, though. So let's filter out the pass plays. And we can look at yards per attempt. So we get, we'll see what the yards gained are, how successful it is, all that kind of stuff. All right, guys, so let's look at. All right, average yards gained per play. So on rushing, on first, you got Cleveland number 1. Tied with Cleveland, Minnesota, and Tennessee are all tied. Then you got the Rams. Then you got the Seahawks, Green Bay, Kansas City, the G-Men, the Saints, Jacksonville, New England, the Jets, San Fran, Carolina, Arizona, the Rams, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Dallas, Detroit, Pittsburgh, Indianapolis, Washington, Chicago, Houston, Miami, the Chargers, the Broncos, Tampa Bay, Atlanta. So we are the lowest. There's our problem, guys. I did not know that going into this. Average yards gained per play. On first down when running the ball, we are dead last in the league. That's a big problem. We got to be better running the ball on first down. First down precise. Let's just take a look. So we're not dead last. I mean, some success there. Yeah, early down running is a problem, guys. I think it seems that we're better later in downs as we filter through all this, guys. I mean, interesting, Isaiah. Isaiah, man, Smith, you put me on kind of a weird tangent here, but I mean, definitely interesting, man. Hang on, man. I'm trying to find out where I was here. What's up, Nick Murray? How you doing, buddy? Hang on. Zeke Elliott's weed dealer. Funny. We need to get Miles on the field, man. We need to get Miles on the field, would be my opinion there. But yeah, of course. So Show Enough said, in my opinion, I think Miles, Huntley, and Scott would do just fine. Huntley is not a power back, but he's not an easy tackle either with explosive speed. Our run scheme is average at best with injuries included. What's good, Donald Bynum? How you doing, buddy? What's up, Sal C? So we need the receivers to get on target with Carson. They haven't played or practiced much with them. Most important part of an offense is the timing between the quarterback and receiver. To an extent, Sal, I agree. I mean, Rager and some of the other guys, because of injury and missing the timing, it's coming back into it. But at the same time, man, like Hightower's been on the field for half a season now. Yo, Gate City, what do you think about Elijah Holyfield? He's a contact balance back, but he runs a little high. He's a little high on his pads when he runs. So BLSG said, yo, what's up, Gate City? This is a perfect time to have a bye week, regroup, get healthy, and especially kick some butt. I hear you, bro. Horde Dog said, the only stat that really matters is Sam. I can write that one down to do. I can do that on the next one that we come in. So you want to know. So let me clarify exactly what you're asking, because this would take too long to look up right now. But you want to know about the nickel. You want to know about nickel, and you want to compare. You want to compare Crevan LeBlanc to Roby Coleman. I do have some defensive videos coming up, so I can kind of throw this in there if I don't get to it in the live thing again when I do this again this week. If not, I'll put it in a video because I said I do some defensive videos coming up, so I can do some film study along with the analytics on it. But what are you looking for in particular, man? You want to know like attempts, like targets, basically, how many times each has been targeted, yards per reception. Like, what is it in particular you want to know? Passes defensed. Like, what particular are you looking for, or you just want to know it all, basically? Philly Fan D said, you might have already said this, but who would you rather have, Fulgham or Lamb? Fulgham. Fulgham. I think you give Fulgham the entire year, and this kid, he would be way ahead of where he already is. Also, Fulgham is on a very, very team-friendly deal for this year and next year. So, even though, Lamb's deal is not crazy expensive, guys, but I mean, he's still a first-round pick. It's going to be much more expensive over the next couple of years. So we got somebody, let me pull this one up, guys. He said, Enrico Raper, what's good, bro? Why do we only use Hightower for deep balls when we draft Jalen Rager to go deep? Well, Rager's been out recently. That's part of it, man. And you're just working him back into the offense again. So that's part of it. But also Hightower also had, you know, the numbers in college that would indicate that he would be a good target for that as well. But I do think Hightower needs to work on when it comes to high pointing the football, he's not very good. He needs a lot of development there. Also, he needs to work on, I think if you're tracking over the back shoulder, so if the ball's coming over his back shoulder, now I don't mean going back shoulder and catching the ball. I mean the ball coming in, tracking over your back shoulder. I think Hightower is pretty good. But I do question his ability on other elements of the vertical passing game. I still think there needs to be some development there. What's up, Jalen? He said, not a stat question, but do you think we'll after Quincy after getting cut by the Jets as a CB2? We should. We need somebody. I'm going to be honest. We need depth at the corner position. Isaiah said, it only falls into Doug's lap when I look at the overall picture. Carson needs an OC that will make him run the offense the way it's supposed to. Doug, in my opinion, is too big headed after the Super Bowl. There's a lot going on, I think, behind the scene, Isaiah. I think it's and like I said, I'll just keep up to date because I'm going to post some stuff in there, but I'll get to it. What's up, Ryan? I I like both of these players a lot, Ryan. I don't want to crap all over Hightower because Hightower's been asked to do a lot very early on because he was healthy and available. I thought, and I said this, and people didn't believe me. People did not believe me. But I said that when I watched the film, I thought that Quez Watkins, was ahead of Hightower. He didn't run his diverse route tree, but I thought the route tree that he ran it better. I thought that he was a better playmaker. I said those things. Both of them are very good football players. People didn't believe me, but I think some people are coming around to that now. The problem is Quez doesn't even crack the lineup. And that's an issue. Like he's gotten active a couple games. I've seen him in a handful of plays. I don't even think he's registered a target. So, you know what I mean? I think at this point there's more familiarity with Hightower. So there's a lot of work to be done, Ryan, to be honest. There's a lot of work that would have to be done. So Jalen said Jim Caldwell for OC in 2021. So Shonuff said, this offense can be very dangerous, but in the right hands. I believe we have enough on the roster to put up 30 points a game on any defense. It's a shame. Yeah, it's there. A lot of it's timing, man. A lot of it has a lot to do with timing. Are there any practice squad players you are high on? Sam, I don't know. I don't know if you saw the video I made, but I had a video where I talked about a camp hero, and I talked about Michael Jaquette. And I wasn't really familiar with Michael Jaquette coming out of college, but after the Eagles signed him, I went back, when they signed him as an undrafted rookie free agent, I went back and I watched the film on the kid. And I was impressed, man. I said that this kid played as a nickel. He played outside. He played over the top as a safety at Louisiana Lafayette. Like this kid really got moved around a lot, and I thought he had really good ball skills. I also thought that even though he's a big guy and he's not the fastest outside defender, he showed adequate footwork in a little bit of plays I watched of him. I think he's a kid that could develop into something that, Craig James or better. Like, could be that kind of story. Would I prefer a more experienced outside corner, of course? But I do think that Michael Jaquette is a name to watch. Kroom, I don't think it's fair to say guys like Jason Kroom because Jason Kroom's got adequate playing experience. Like he's been in the league. Like Jason Kroom should really be on this roster, and I think he's a guy that if we can keep him off of another team's roster, he's a guy that you could see back here with in the future, you could see it being Goddard, Richard Rodgers, and Kroom. Hakeem Butler is a guy to watch. Hakeem Butler is a wide receiver being converted to tight end. He's a kid that I think is better suited as a tall slot than a tight end, but it's each their own. I'm not going to argue with people about it, but he's a guy they're trying to develop. I think he's got crazy 83-inch wingspan, 11-inch hands, basically. Like Hakeem Butler is a really intriguing guy, but he's got to develop. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate that, man. Um, Outside of that, guys, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, what I'll do going forward for this, because this is a segment I'd like to keep, guys, but this is the first time I really had a chance to really utilize it and to do this for you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'll drop down, like on the channel, I'll drop down to get you guys to leave in like information y'all want to know, and it'll give you guys time to really think about what stats you want to know too, so you're not on the spot as well. And then we can do this show live. And then at the end of the show, we can take 10 to 15 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, and we'll do just off the cuff stats if you guys want to do that too. But I may bring back the call in feature following games to get your guys' thoughts and opinions. So that way, when I go through the film breakdown, I can break down things you guys are interested in seeing, where the frustration lies, looking at things and getting a little more precise with things. So we'll do that as well. All right, guys. So I'm about to close out so you guys can get into some of the games, because it is like almost 15 at this point. What I'll say is, guys, is I'll put it up following this one. I'll start putting it up for stats you guys want to know. So I'll go ahead and put that community post up. And then I will do a separate community post tonight or tomorrow that gives you call-in number. So that way next Sunday, following the game, if you guys want to call in and leave a voicemail message, I'll try to feature a few of those voicemail messages, answering some of those questions with some of the film, advanced analytics stuff, all that kind of stuff. All right. All right, y'all. I appreciate you. Jalen, I'll read your question because I see it up here. So Jalen said, since 2017, we haven't had somebody who could consistently hit on those extended outside zones for positive yardage, but at the same time, we haven't tried. Why is that? So you mean outside zone runs? That's a good question, Jalen. Whew. Jesus, that's a deep question, man. Outside zone, I think to some extent has to do with the injuries, right? Because we got an aging Jason Peters who used to be really good at setting up outside, blocking. We have an aging Lane Johnson who's been, I don't want to call him aging. I think that's the wrong way of saying it. We have an injured Lane Johnson over the last couple of years. So I don't think our tackles have been effective blocking outside to set up outside zone. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's schematic. I don't know if it's a commitment issue. I think that's one of those things, Jalen. I'd have to go through the film and watch how many outside zone plays we even attempt, and then look at the average gain. But I don't think any of these sites are going to have that kind of information. So I would have to do that all by watching the film myself and breaking it down. It's a good question, man. I think it might have to do with the health at the tackle position, to be honest. Dillard was a young guy coming in last year. I don't think that I thought he was better than I thought he would be in the run game, but I don't know that I would say that he was great at setting up that outside zone. I think that there's hope when you look at Mulata. I think Jordan Mulata is the real deal, man. I think that kid can really set up the outside zone. I think that kid he's got a nasty streak to him when he wants to get nasty. I like Jordan Mulata out there a lot. So he could be a guy, going forward that something could be there. But I think that we are. Ooh, good point. I think that we are a lot better at setting up inside zone than outside zone. Maybe that says something about Brandon Brooks, Jason Kelsey, and Isaac Suamalu, and maybe points to some of the frustrations we've had in the past 2 seasons with Lane Johnson and Jason Peters and their availability. So to add to what Jalen was saying, he said because that play directly affects the RPO game. Good point. Setting it up. Yeah, I can see that point. So you're thinking it's trickling down to how ineffective we've been at RPO passing. Also, the option to run it out there, because if you can't set up outside zone, the run pass option is really not. It's really a pass option. It's not even really an option. It's just pass. It's a good point, man. It's a very good point, Jalen. I don't know. Oof. UNC, bro. You're killing me, man. All right. Level 1 UNC. Let's see what you got. You said, do you think this blocking will increase in the second half of the season, or will it be a weak spot? I think it'll get better because we're going to get healthier. We're going to get healthier along the line. So I think it'll get better. Now, you could make an argument that Peters won't hold up game in and game out. I think Peters was so good last game because he was fresh. So if we can keep this Peters fresh, I mean, maybe with getting Lane Johnson back, having a guy like Isaac Sumalo, having a guy like Jordan Mailata, having a guy like, Peters, like you can make an argument that it's going to get better. If we can get into the postseason and get Brandon Brooks back, be a major uplift. Major uplift, in my opinion. Brandon Brooks is constantly injured, but at the same time, man, that guy he's a next level player when you get him in the lineup. All right, guys, I'm going to sign out. Hey, guys, when I do the community post, just let me know the deep analytics stuff you guys want. Ask as crazy as you want, and I'll let you know if I could or couldn't locate it, and that's why it was or was not answered. So the deep analytics stuff, guys, just let me know. Ask it. Leave it up on the community post, guys, and I'll get to it, okay? And I'll let you guys know. I will tell you guys exactly what questions we're going to do at the beginning of that video, and then we'll do a 30-minute kind of free-for-all the next time we do it, okay, the live. So we'll do, I'll set up the ones that you guys ask that are deep analytical questions, and then we'll do a 30-minute free-for-all at the end of these videos, all right? All right, guys, I appreciate y'all so much, man. Hey, let's hope that we get the Giants rising up and getting a win today. Although that's going to suck because they're going to have a lot of momentum going into playing us. But it would definitely help keep the distance in the division. I think Pittsburgh's going to dismantle Dallas personally, but we'll see how it goes. All right, y'all. Peace. I'm out of here. Hey, it's all good, Jalen. Get crazy with it, man. Sorry. Let me pull up Jalen's question. Guys, get as crazy with the questions as you want. I'll let you know if I can't find them. So he says, don't say that because I'm getting mad scientist scary with the question. Go ahead, guys. The more complex the question, the better. All right, y'all. Peace. I'm out of here.